Hey, I'm Ryan with the It's a Wildlife YouTube channel, and in this video, we're hunting in neighborhoods for invasive wild hogs, and we've been hired by an airport whose plane actually crashed into a coyote. We're instructed to remove coyotes and overpopulated deer. Also in this video, I accomplished something that I've been trying to do my entire life.
I am in disbelief.
Stay tuned, this is gonna be one you do not wanna miss. What a beautiful day. Opening day of deer season, and of course we're in a mad panic. There's so many, that's the thing about hunting, is there's so many things that you gotta remember. There's thermocells because the mosquitoes will literally kill you. You got thermocells, you got safety harnesses, you got bows, arrows, quivers, releases, thermocells, rangefinders, thermocells, bug spray, snake boots, thermocells. You know, the list goes on and on. All right, we just got into the neighborhood here. Gloria Ann's putting her face paint on. This particular neighborhood, we are allowed to take deer and encouraged to take deer. Before we started hunting this neighborhood, I had a trap with 15 deer at one time. We would bait it with 100 pounds of corn and it would be gone in 3 hours. That's how many deer were in here. And we haven't had to take as many out in recent years, but this year, the population has gotten pretty strong, overpopulated. So we're gonna try to take out a few does tonight. You never know what might walk in. The rut is right about now, about mid-September. Is when our rut is, early to mid-September in Northeast Florida. This literally, so if you could take the map of the US and pick a spot where the smallest antlered deer are, that's probably where we're at. We have a lot of hogs in this area too, so we could have hogs come in. So this is the first day of the year where we can shoot a hog or a deer, so pretty excited. Look at that weird mushroom. You ever seen anything like that before? I haven't. I'm about 30 feet up a tree. I just dropped Gloria Ann off at a spot, and I've already spooked deer coming in here. It's the first day of deer season. I couldn't tell what it was I spooked, but this is such a target-rich environment. It's gonna happen about 75% of the time, so we are gonna shut up, enjoy this cool weather, and hunt on opening day deer season 2025. That shot felt really good. I think I heard the hog go down. Gloria Ann just shot a doe. We got some tracking to do. The hog was standing here. There's blood right off the bat. It's like heart blood. I don't imagine she went far. And there she is. About a 110 pound sow. She ended up going maybe about 40 yards. Died right here in the water. All right, we're heading out to an airport. This airport called us because they have a coyote problem and they have a deer problem. They actually had a plane collide with a coyote. It killed the coyote. Luckily, everybody on board was okay, but you can imagine that could cause a plane crash. For whatever reason, the coyotes are hanging out on the runway. They're pooping on the runway. There's also, he said, while you're at it, there's an overabundance of deer. He said he's been watching the deer population grow and grow. And you don't wait until planes start crashing into animals, especially on the airport, to start removing these animals. So we're gonna go out there and check it out, scout it out, and see what it looks like. Good fresh rub right here. You can see this is real fresh. He's broke that branch off. You can see the green still on the pine needles. Broke that off. Tore up this little tree right here. So this could be a good spot right in here. Definitely a game trail where they're coming in and out of, coming out of here. My predominant wind is out of the northeast, blowing straight into here. So that's the problem with this, Florida hunting. In most places, you go from open, which is man-made, and then the natural part is just mega thick unless you're in a big open swamp. So since we found these rubs all in here, every little tree in here is rubs. So I'm gonna go into my OnX Hunt tools, add waypoint, scroll down right here to rub, save. That's it, easy peasy. I can move along, keep running and gunning, and I know that there's a rub right here. I don't want to put all my eggs in one basket and then find a better spot. Be like, man, I wish I wouldn't have baited over there. So I can analyze everything, pick the best spot, and saves a lot of time. So that rub was right down there. We found another rub, maybe 100 yards down there, and here's a fresh scrape. You can see there's a licking branch dangling right there. There's the scrape. You can see he's freshly scraped all that. It's got a little bit of rain in it, but he's been right here. So he's working this edge. So we just spooked a really nice buck. He was wide, chocolate antlers. He was getting out of here, but you see how thick his body was?
Gosh, yeah.
Yeah, he was, for this area, he was a good buck. And when I say good buck, I mean like 110, 115, maybe 120 inches, but that's all right. I'm not chasing inches. Can't in Florida. That's a beautiful buck. But he was laying right in here somewhere. I'm gonna get out and kind of look at where he was laying. He's already busted out of here. But they're used to planes, they're used to tractors, equipment, so he's not going anywhere. So we got a major deer trail. You can see the woods are just completely thick. There's nothing you can do with any of it, but we got a major deer trail coming out. Deer track here, deer tracks all over the place. And what I'm gonna do is put a game camera on this tree, bait it right here, and then I'm gonna put a ground blind in that crap, and then be able to see them when they step out. Moultrie camera set up there. Got it baited. Again, that's the deer trail. Major deer trail. Predominant wind is out of the northeast in my face. That'd be good. See what comes. So we've had the camera out for about 4 or 5 days, and several deer coming to this spot. Actually, mostly bucks. We've got like 2 does that have been coming, but everything else has been bucks and a couple nice ones. So we need to get a blind set up. I'm shooting my bow on a weekly basis at animals. You never know when you might bump it. Before you hunt, you want to check your equipment. We're at 20 yards. That'll do it. All right, just dialed in the bow, we're good. Grabbing all my stuff, and I'm about 2.5 hours from that airport location, and gonna set up a blind this afternoon, jump straight in. I'm just gonna have to be as quiet as I can and as stealthy as I can setting it up. It's risky, setting it up. You really wanna set up a blind and give it a few days to rest and them to acclimate to it, but I'm gonna set it up, brush it in like crazy, and then sit it this evening. So I've got a huge fit of nostalgia that's just coming over me right now. I'm in a little area near a town called Fargo, Georgia. Most of you probably never heard of it. Some of you may have. Southeast Georgia. And all these woods right here, this is where I grew up hunting from the time I was 4, literally. My dad started taking me hunting the time I was about 18. This road that I'm passing right now is actually the road that I killed my very first buck on. That road right there. So I grew up dog hunting, and not really for dog hunting for deer. At this point in my life, I've learned a lot about deer and just kind of the effect that dogs running deer have. Deer are not made to run for long periods of time. A lot of people will run a big buck and they'll be like, oh, we ran him for 2 hours, we lost him, we'll get him again next weekend. Well, if you ran that single buck for 2 hours, odds are he's probably gonna go find a water hole, lay down and die. But anyway, it's called Cow House Hunting Club. Great, great memories being in here. There's Tower Road. Jack Boyd, if you're watching this one, I'm driving through the old hunting club. This land right here, it's not much to look at, but it's a big part of who I became, and it initiated my drive and my passion for the outdoors. All All right, just pulled on the airport property. I've got about a 500, 600 yard drive, and then we're gonna just try to get this ground blind set up as soon as possible. There's really one main buck that I'm after, and if I spook this main buck, that's pretty much my night. All right, I'm pulling right up to my spot here. You can see it's just wide open. There's a runway right over there, and then I'm gonna try to put a blind. I'll try to put a blind right in here. Got the blind brushed in, and from about 15 yards out here, it blends in real nice. I'm gonna do some final touches, but we're gonna go ahead and bait this spot up, see if we can get him coming tonight. So I was in here trying to be as stealthy and quiet as I possibly could, and of course the airport manager pulls up here and comes rolling up. Hey, I see you got some bait out here. I'm like, yeah, and I'm also wearing scent killer spray, and I'm also trying to be as quiet as I can. He's like, oh, I shouldn't have come over here. It's all good. I'll get my gear in the blind, go park my truck, and we'll start sitting. Look at this rub. This is where I'm parking the truck.
That is a good rub.
You'll have big bucks that'll use small trees. Small bucks use small trees, but small bucks don't usually use big trees like that. It's a big buck that did that. All right, we're gonna get changed, sprayed down, go get in the blind. It's about 3:30, so we got about 4 hours till dark. Just making sure I got everything, because I've got a good walk from the truck. So. Hopefully they're bedding far enough in there to where they didn't hear the commotion and everything. Made it. So I just shot a coyote, but I think my arrow deflected. He was quartering away really hard, and I think I hit him in the shoulder, and I think my arrow deflected. I don't think we got him, but that stinks. Keep sitting and see what else comes out. I'm telling y'all, I just turned the camera off. I am in disbelief. I turned the camera off because it was too dark to focus. I just accomplished what I've been wanting to accomplish my whole life. It hasn't even hit me yet. Let's go look. It hasn't even hit me yet. I just shot a black coyote. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Make sure he's dead. Oh yeah, he's dead. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I already shot one coyote earlier tonight, and that's the hair from it. This was just the night of the coyotes. That's the main thing that they want to get rid of. So here on this airport, they actually had a plane strike a coyote. It killed the coyote. But they've got a coyote problem, and they've got a deer problem. Hunting is a necessity. It's not just a recreational luxury. It's a necessity. I don't just get my meat from hunting. I get hired to hunt places that don't allow hunting. Charcoal color. Man, I've wanted you my whole life. That is just so cool. What a pretty animal. So we're in downtown Thomasville, Georgia, and we're at Hardin's Taxidermy. everybody, I get so many people that ask about a good taxidermist. Where's a good taxidermist? And somebody that does what they say they're gonna do. Hardin's Taxidermy was actually highly recommended to me by a good friend of mine, and he said they're the best. The only thing is they're about 1.5 to 3 years out, but they do excellent work. So we've got the black coyote from last night, and we've also got a fox squirrel that we killed in Georgia on our first hunt as a family ever. So we're dropping these off to him now. It's the strangest place to have a taxidermy shop, right in the middle of downtown. They've got the most professional taxidermy shop that I've ever seen.
Howdy, howdy.
Hey, Mr. Dallas.
Yes, sir. How
Got
are
some
you,
dead animals for you. Man, it's weird walking right through the middle of downtown with just like dead animals.
Yeah, this is a very unusual place.
It is, but it's very professional too. So that's the coyote you said you wanted to take a look at, and that's the fox squirrel.
Good deal. Yeah, if you're ever here and you smell something bad in the back parking lot, it's not us, it's the restaurant.
Good enough.
She's actually getting pretty good into her winter coat.
That's what I was thinking of.
She's actually fairly thick. Lots of times when they're in a summer coat, you can rub on like that and you'll have fur coming out of your hand.
Especially
she's actually got a pretty full tail, so I think she will make a good quality mount.
Awesome. All right, guys, we're pulling back onto the airport property now, and just pulling in here. It's been about 4 days. I've been really busy with work and, well, just work mainly. And about 2 days went by and there wasn't a lot of activity, but the past 2 days, yesterday, last night, and this morning, there's been a lot of deer, several different bucks, a couple does coming through, but several different bucks, including a pretty nice 9-point, and he's really nice for this area. I mean, there's just, you know, we're along the coast and there's nothing for him to eat. There's no nutrition, there's no farmland. It's all just sand and mud, and very low protein. You know, there's just not a lot of vegetation, genetics. So this buck is a pretty nice buck for the area. He's about as nice as it gets. Kind of a depredation situation. These are nuisance deer that have gotten, just the population's gotten too big. So I can't go by antler size, I just have to go by age. It seems like there's more bucks than does, which is very abnormal. But I'm gonna try to take out you know, a couple bucks and then a couple does, and I'll probably bring some other people in here to take out a few deer as well, give them the opportunity. The bait that I'm using is actually, it's roasted corn, soybeans, and peanuts. And I'm thinking the coyotes like the peanuts, just like a dog likes peanut butter. I'm thinking that's what brought those coyotes out, but who knows? There's a major game trail that's coming out right there, and they could have just been using that game trail, and then, you know, the bait that I had there piqued their curiosity and kind of stopped them. But usually when you have a lot of, like a coyote that you kill or that you trap, and there's that activity there, usually it'll bring out more coyotes because of the scent. But I think that's actually what kept the deer from coming the past couple days. And hopefully all that coyote scent is out of the area. Like I said, gonna slip in there, rebait it as quick as I can, get in the blind. All right, I'm back in the blind. It's 3:48. Didn't spook anything getting in that I heard or saw. So we're gonna just sit tight and be as quiet as we can. I'm about out of camera light. So I'm gonna maybe sit here another 2 minutes and I'm gonna climb out. Go find this buck. Just climbed out of the blind. I see my nocturnal over here lit up in the grass. I scared one deer off. It's probably still standing out there, but scared one deer off. I don't know what it was. Didn't look real big, looked like a doe or a young buck. But here's my arrow, covered in blood. So that's great. I'm actually gonna bring this arrow with me so I can mark it. I'll be able to drive straight to this deer when I find him. Galloping. Wow, look at all that. Wow, he's got to be right here somewhere. There he is. Shot was maybe 2 inches far back. Not a bad little Florida buck. You see where he's been rubbing right there? Not too bad, can't complain. Little 105 inch Florida buck. I'm telling you, they don't get a whole lot bigger than this in Northeast Florida. Because I'm by myself. You couldn't do this with a Midwestern deer. Hopefully you can see him there. It's really hard to do by yourself, really hard. But I'm just completely, I'm tickled. It's a nice Florida 8-point. Can't complain. Big body on him, older deer. And this is just number 1 off this airport. We're probably gonna need to take about a half a dozen, maybe 8 out of here just to keep the population in check. But man, getting paid to hunt deer, I am truly, truly blessed.
If you enjoyed this video, check out our channel where we have hundreds of other videos like this one. Also, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of the next videos. It really does help to support our channel. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.